So I joined the Marine Corps at the ripe age of 17. Yeah, child soldier in your midst, everybody. And I served for about 5 years. And I know you guys are thinking, like, Crissy, why so young? Why the Marine Corps? Which means you must not have heard the old adage. There's no better place to blossom into womanhood than in the world's largest, grossest, most violent fraternity. The United States Marine Corps. RA? Sorry, for those of you that don't know, RA is short for oorah, which is short for God knows what, because Marines, we prefer to speak in short grunts and noises rather than form full thoughts and sentences. I just sometimes feel like the Marine Corps wasn't built for people like me. It's almost like the script wasn't written for me, In boot camp, they're like, be tough, fight hard, shoot straight, kill enemies, hate women. No, I'm serious. When our platoon... Sorry, let it sink in. When our platoon would go on runs, we'd sing cadence. You all know what that is? And our cadence would take one of three themes, okay? Either your girlfriend's gonna cheat on you when you get deployed. Your girlfriend's gonna cheat on you when you get deployed, and probably with a soldier. Or your girlfriend's gonna cheat on you while you get deployed with a soldier, but she was ugly anyways. And that's actually just how we talk about civilian women. It's much worse how we talk about women in our own ranks. They somehow convince us in boot camp that us, women, are there just to find a boyfriend, a husband, or a baby daddy. And it's real weird that it catches on with us, because I'm like, I'm sorry, there are much easier ways to find a man. And it's real weird because you're simultaneously being trained and being conditioned to believe I am a strong, badass warrior. And I am only here to make the government pay for all of my babies. And let me tell you, only a really, 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 really good cult can make you believe both those things at the same time, right? No, not all things about the Marine Corps are bad. Some are just weird, right? Well, okay. Not all things about being a woman in the Marine Corps are bad. Some are just weird. I have a great example. One time in training, I had a combat instructor who explained just how long we had to use the restroom by yelling, "Listen up, Marines. You got a heartbeat and a dick swing." Okay. And it wasn't until I saw the 80-something dudes from my platoon run to the 3 porta potties and not line up. Do I have any Marines in the audience? Yeah. They jammed in as many men as they could at one time. Yeah. It's true. Which I thought was weird, but even weirder was when I saw them get mad at us 3 women for going one by one. What do you think? We're going to rack them and stack them? This isn't a trickle-down economy. I don't understand. But don't worry, when they got back, we had some crayons left over from dessert. And it's like, I know young men particularly tend to be ill-informed about where things are located on a woman's body. But don't worry, we took those crayons, we drew a nice diagram for them, so I guess what I'm here to say is, ladies in the audience, you're welcome for my service. So I really like ASAP. Oh, look at that. That was a nice save. I really like ASAP as a group. You don't always get a really fun group of veterans together. Sometimes people are trying to prove something. Not with this group, no. We had a Zoom session the other day with comedians around the country, and I bought in my personal laptop. And you know, I had the same anxiety everyone has when they bring their personal laptop to a public space. You have that fear, like, what's gonna pop up? It's gonna embarrass me. And the way I deal with fear is I say the most embarrassing thing out loud that could possibly happen. So I said, "Don't worry, guys, just ignore my porn." And lo and behold, I open my laptop, and the most embarrassing thing that I could have possibly had pops up. It was my feelings chart that my therapist had assigned me for the week. The emotion wheel. Who knows it? Who knows it? But this group is so cool because I was mortified and no one thought anything of it. In fact, one student says, feelings chart, love that thing. That's how cool this group is. That being said, I love that we're destigmatizing mental health and going to therapy. It's very important, right? There's literally no other way we could have gotten through the cacophony of bullshit that's been thrown at us the last couple of years. However, part of me thinks that millennials are taking it like a little too far. It's like we think therapy is the answer to everything. You know, a millennial is gonna walk into the therapist's office like, "I need to talk to her right now." The receptionist is like, "Ma'am, you've been shot. That is a sucking chest wound." The millennial's like, "No, actually, that's just how my childhood trauma manifests itself. I just need to repair my moral injury through reparenting with my therapist, please." So I know I talked a lot about finding a man in the military, but I actually did. I did, yeah. My husband and I dated for about 5 years while we were in the military, all long distance, Alaska, Georgia, Philippines, Iraq, Syria, Korea, and Djibouti. Yeah, all of that. And he waited until I got out of the military to ask me to be his wife. I know, I thought it was so sweet, and I was like, you know, we're different, we're against the grain. Everyone gets married while they're in the military, they get divorced before they get out, but we're waiting. And then one day it dawned on me, this man waited for the first time in my whole life that I didn't have health insurance to ask me to be his beneficiary.